Welcome to the all-new Lovinstereo. I'm Mike Lovins. In the past, I mostly used this channel to talk about movies, but would occasionally talk music. But I'm now hosting a weekly podcast called The Real Game Movie Show. Check it out. And, so my focus here is going to be more on music. I like a lot of different types of music. However, hard rock and metal from the 70s, 80s, and early 90s is my favorite. So that's what I'll be talking about most of the time. But it's my show, so when the mood strikes to talk about Frank Sinatra or Lady Gaga, then that's what I'll do. I can't promise this is going to be a weekly show. Between the podcast and being in a band and work and being a husband and father, well, you get the idea. So I want to kick things off by talking about the band that first made me fall in love with rock and roll. They've been on the scene for over 40 years now and just announced they are preparing to go on their final tour. The band is, of course, Kiss. I was first introduced to Kiss in the early 80s. That was about the same time that I first heard bands like Aerosmith, Montrose, and Rush. But it was Kiss that really stood out to me. I was a young kid and used to spend a lot of time at my aunt's house. My mom was a single parent and had to work on Saturdays, so she would take me to her sister's. She had a killer record collection, and that's how I would spend my time there, sitting on the floor, going through all of her albums, playing her records. Had those big 70s headphones that had that like thick curly cord. When I was listening to her early Kiss records, by then they were already out of their makeup. So when I went to go buy my first Kiss record, and just so I had one of my own to listen to at her house, it was Lick It Up. It was quite a bit different from what I'd been listening to, but I loved it just as much. From then, they were my favorite band. And even through all the lineup changes and the return to makeup, they remain one of my favorite bands still to this day. I never got to see them live in their non-makeup days. My first time seeing them was during the reunion tour in '96, but I've seen them many times now in the 20 years since then. I even took my kids to see them on the Sonic Boom tour. Two of my best friends, though, did get to see them out of the makeup, and to this day they still tease me about it because I didn't get to see it. So, guys, I think it's time to put that dragon under the sheets, don't you? Kiss is by far the number one reason that I wanted to be in a band and why I started playing bass. So there you have it. The history, if you will, of how Kiss became such a strong influence on me. These days, I don't particularly agree with Gene Simmons on a lot of issues, and Paul's voice has become a shell of what it was from even just 10 years ago. So, am I sad to see them hang up the boots? No, it's time. But you could say that no matter what, I will love this band forever. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and hit the notification icon so you'll know when I post my next video. Until then, keep rocking.